But you're the villain in this to these people, right? Right here, this crowd, the people who showed up here, I heard them boo you. What does that feel like?
It's cool. I've been booed before. Hey, listen, they can't fight for him, so it don't matter.
And when they say you're gonna run, what do you have to tell them?
I already said it before. Before we got here, I said, I'm gonna run upside his head.
So he's gonna run, but upside Canelo's head.
For years, the boxing world has regarded Canelo Alvarez as an unstoppable force, a modern titan etching his name into history. He's the king, the cash cow, the man who appears unmatched. But Keith, one time, Thurman has pulled back the curtain, not only on Canelo, but also on the psychology of his opponents. In doing so, he has revealed a straightforward blueprint, one that explains why Terence Crawford doesn't merely have a chance, he has the precise plan to dethrone the king and pull off one of the greatest upsets in boxing history. Thurman insists, Canelo Alvarez is not unbeatable. The aura of invincibility surrounding him isn't created solely by Canelo himself, rather, it is built upon the failures, doubts, and fears of the men who face him. The real question, then, isn't what Canelo will do on fight night. We all know he will arrive as the powerful, methodical, pressure fighter he has always been. The crucial question is this: what will his opponent do? Are they truly there to win, or merely to survive?
Canelo Alvarez is not, was not, and will not ever be an unbeatable fighter. That's fine. None of us are really unbeatable, right? But people got to understand this. Canelo Alvarez is not an unbeatable fighter. The question is, whoever he's fighting, we don't question what Canelo's going to do, right? We question what his opponents are going to do, right? It's not even really about Canelo. Canelo's going to show up as Canelo Alvarez, right? Ginger boy. So the question is, are you going to beat him? And are you going to beat him today? Like when fight night happens, is it you? And is it now? You ready to beat him now? He's not unbeatable. Maybe you can beat him, but are you going to do it? And are you going to do it now?
Thurman points to the Danny Jacobs fight as his first piece of evidence. He recalls watching that bout expecting a high-level chess match from a fighter with Jacobs' strong amateur pedigree. Instead, what he witnessed was disappointing. Never before had he seen anyone make Jacobs miss so many punches. Yes, Canelo's defense was sharp, even brilliant, but the real story was Jacobs' hesitation. He fought cautiously, doing just enough not to be knocked out, yet never committing to a true winning game plan. Rather than forcing Canelo to react to him, Jacobs merely reacted to Canelo. It was a performance built on survival, and against a fighter like Canelo, survival is nothing more than a slow death. Canelo's opponents, Thurman argues, often lose the battle mentally long before they lose it physically. And the proof of this psychological warfare runs deeper than a single fight.
Canelo was feeling himself. Canelo had preparation. He had that head movement, losing to Floyd, this and that. He fought some flat-footed fighters. He got used to getting his head here and there and ducking down and then pulling out and spinning out and little tactics. I've never seen somebody make Danny Jacobs miss so many punches. It was highly impressive. I did not expect that, you know, because of the amateur pedigree growing up with Danny Jacobs. I know exactly what kind of New York fighter he is. And then the other one that surprised me in Canelo's career was when he defeated Larry Lara.
To truly grasp the mental trap Canelo sets, Thurman points back to the fight that shocked him most, Canelo versus Erislandy Lara. On paper, Lara was all wrong for Canelo, a slick, technical Cuban boxer with sharp footwork and a stinging jab. He had the exact style designed to outbox and frustrate a pressure fighter. Thurman openly admits he gave Canelo no chance. To him, it looked like the classic boxer versus brawler matchup, one where the boxer would dance his way to victory. But he was wrong. Canelo won, and the way he won was eye-opening. Lara had the tools, the movement, the perfect game plan, yet he couldn't pull the trigger. He appeared timid, hesitant, unwilling to take the risks required to dominate. In the end, he allowed Canelo to dictate the pace and control the terms. For Thurman, it was yet another example of a skilled fighter collapsing in execution.
The other one that surprised me in Canelo's career was when he defeated Larry Lara. I'm not a betting man most of the times. I wasn't thinking about it much, but I did not give him a thought that he's got this fight. I'm like, nah, this is a bad setup. This boxer has what it takes to outbox a Canelo Alvarez. You can have what it takes. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna execute? Are you gonna not be scared? Are you gonna not be timid? Are you gonna not waste time? So like I said about my statement for this fight, victory comes in preparation.
That night, Thurman realized a critical truth. You can have everything it takes to beat Canelo, but the real question is, will you do it? Will you step into the ring without fear, without intimidation, and execute your plan from the opening bell to the final one? For Thurman, this recurring pattern of mental collapse became the key. It isn't about being the more skilled boxer than Canelo, it's about having the will to prove it for 12 relentless rounds. That's why he believes Terence Crawford is different. This is where Thurman's blueprint for him begins. He insists Crawford's victory depends entirely on preparation and tactics. It isn't about meeting fire with fire. Trying to overpower Canelo is a fool's errand. You don't hurt what Thurman calls the gorilla neck boy. Gennady Golovkin couldn't drop him, and countless other heavy hitters have barely made him flinch. The only path forward, Thurman argues, is tactical, a strategy that demands discipline and a razor-sharp ring IQ. If you want to know if Crawford is ready to win, Thurman says, watch the first few rounds. It all hinges on one weapon, the jab. If Crawford works diligently behind it, establishing range and controlling the pace, he's already on the path to victory. He needs to emulate the two fighters who gave Canelo the most trouble, Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol. Both relied on their jabs to keep him at bay, mastered distance, and used every inch of the ring to their advantage. The goal isn't to hurt Canelo, it's to outbox him, frustrate him, make him miss, and make him pay. It's a game of points, precision, and footwork. Yet as the fight wears on, the 14-pound weight gap could become decisive. The question is, will the extra weight make Crawford stronger, or will it rob him of the agility that sets him apart?
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. So let's not do that, Canelo.
In his observation, Thurman highlights a subtle yet crucial shift in Canelo's recent performances. He believes Canelo has lost a touch of his bite. The fierce finisher who once hunted for knockouts seems to have faded. More and more, we see him content to go the distance, picking up a comfortable points victory rather than pressing for the stoppage. For Thurman, this marks a major change, one that levels the playing field. If Canelo isn't relentlessly pursuing the finish, it gives a master technician like Crawford space to breathe, think, and execute. A less aggressive Canelo is, in Thurman's eyes, a far more beatable Canelo. That shift creates the perfect opening for Crawford to roll out his tactical blueprint without the constant threat of being overwhelmed. This potential lapse in killer instinct changes the complexion of the fight, especially in the later rounds, 7 through 12, when fatigue begins to creep in. And it's there, Thurman argues, that Crawford's superior conditioning and agility could truly shine. If he survives the early storm, and Canelo isn't pressing for a knockout, the momentum could gradually tilt in Crawford's favor.
You hurt the gorilla neck boy,
Don't rely on that.
He's hard to hurt, man. He's hard to hurt.
Don't rely on hurting Canelo. I think
that's what I'm saying. Triple G didn't drop him. All these fighters been hitting him.
Take a page from Bivol and Mayweather. What they do, they fought behind the jab. They kept their distance. They've used the entire ring, and that's something that he can bring to the table. Use that distance from
Bivol
both
backed
sides.
him up.
But the funny thing is, with the extra body weight, is he agile?
Yeah.
Is the footwork going to be able to move, still use the ring? And as those later rounds, round 7,
so I said to you last week, 14 pounds matters.
9, 10, as the pressure continues. The other thing too is Canelo lost a little bit of his bite. He hasn't been tremendously, devastating and taking people out. So that helps, that reestablishes the fight and is in Bud Crawford's favor there,
While Thurman's blueprint may sound logical, many argue it collapses under one overwhelming factor: weight. Brian Mendoza, a fighter well-versed in overcoming size disadvantages, believes this particular challenge is simply too steep for Crawford. He states bluntly, it's too much weight for him to add, especially considering Crawford began his career at lightweight. Mendoza respects Crawford's talent, his timing, his ring IQ, but he warns that the raw power of a naturally bigger man cannot be ignored. Having sparred with heavyweights himself, Mendoza insists the difference in punching strength is real, undeniable. And once Canelo begins landing those heavy shots, he believes the entire dynamic of the fight will shift. In Mendoza's view, Canelo will rise to the occasion, and his size and power will ultimately prove decisive. This clash of perspectives, skill versus size, finesse versus force, is what makes the possibility of this matchup so electrifying. It embodies the classic boxing dilemma.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds.
I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimo.
Yes.
He looks slow, he looks with no power, and three more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford.
But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been pitting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So
as long as Crawford stays away and just box.
In a surprising move, Canelo brought in one of the most dangerous young fighters in the sport for sparring, Jaron "Boots" Ennis. One of the first to applaud this decision was Keith Thurman, who called it a world-class move, recognizing the strategy behind it. Ennis is arguably the best switch hitter Canelo could possibly train with in preparation for Crawford.
Now it's here, Keith. You ready?
Yeah, of course, baby. Yeah, man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff.
You think that matters?
That's beautiful.
Anywhere.
That's beautiful, man. You know, when you.
Just arrived to see if I can get some.
Good move. That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. His champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Marcos Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss.
You know, so I like.
This move shows that Canelo and his team are focused not only on sharpening their own strengths, but also on neutralizing Crawford's most dangerous weapons. This isn't the behavior of an overconfident champion, it's the calculated preparation of a man who knows his throne is under threat. By sparring with Ennis, Canelo familiarizes himself with the awkward angles, the speed, and the unpredictability that a switch hitter like Crawford brings. He's solving the puzzle in training so that, come fight night, there are no surprises. In many ways, this single decision proves Canelo is playing chess while others are playing checkers. He fully understands the challenge Crawford represents, and he's taking deliberate steps to prepare for it. This adds yet another layer to the story, a clear sign that Canelo is just as mindful of the strategies to beat him as Thurman is in pointing them out.
Yeah, you know, it's Riyadh season, Netflix, everybody around this fight. You can see that.
It's important not to overlook the context of Keith Thurman's analysis. He isn't merely a retired fighter turned commentator, he's still an active rival, with ambitions directly connected to Terence Crawford. In fact, Thurman has openly called Crawford out, making it clear he's willing to face him if the Canelo fight ever falls through.
What's up, bud? What's good, son? Come on, G. Great performance. Salute, salute, salute 3 times for you, man. All the belts, greatness. What you do is greatness. But, you know, this is your man Thurman, bro. You know we go back. You know we go way back, boy. And I promise you, son, my face, it won't look like that. Why, Keith? Why? Because my feet ain't flat. You know I can stick and move, boy. You know I can double pump fake just like you. Thurman different. Been different, boy. This is my last boxing talk for the day, man. That hype week, fight week, whoo. Woo! Got all the views, baby. You got all the views. Let's go. I'm proud of you, boy. But you know one thing you ain't seen in this life yet, and that's your man right here. Keith one-time Thurman. Talk to Al. Send the contract. It's time to eat. I'm hungry, baby. I'm hungry, baby. It's time to eat. I'm in the gym working for you, working for you.
Thurman believes he possesses a level of athleticism Crawford has never encountered, not even when facing Errol Spence Jr. So when he lays out the plan to beat Canelo, he's also sending a subtle message to Crawford. In dissecting a shared enemy, Thurman simultaneously showcases his own deep understanding of the sport. Every piece of advice he offers Crawford doubles as a display of his boxing IQ, but the question lingers, is Thurman genuinely trying to help a fellow American succeed, or is he positioning himself, signaling that he holds the keys to defeating the best fighters of his generation? This nuance adds an intriguing layer of personal rivalry to the conversation. After all, Thurman isn't just a spectator, he's a fighter from Crawford's own generation, someone Crawford may very well face in the future, breaking down the biggest fight of Crawford's life.
There's a guy named Keith Thurman who's been on The Last Stand and said he is fiending to get his paws on Terence Bud Crawford. Does Terence Crawford want to fight Keith Thurman?
Listen, man. Everybody know Keith Thurman is just talking. You know, you got to understand, Keith Thurman was the same guy that said that I'm not a real welterweight. Keith Thurman is the same guy that said I haven't really proven myself at welterweight. Keith Thurman is the same guy that expressed himself of, you know, not being interested in fighting Terence Crawford. So now, all of a sudden, out of the blue, he's fiending to fight Terence Crawford? Okay. See, the thing is, when you're not relevant, you gotta, you know what I mean, take shots at the guys that's relevant. Now, all of a sudden, you out there naked in the streets. Now you want to fight everybody. Come on, man. We don't believe you, Keith.
As the smoke clears, two distinct paths to victory emerge. On one side stands Terence Crawford, the master technician, armed with what Keith Thurman believes is the perfect blueprint. His path demands flawless execution, unshakable mental toughness, and the discipline to stick to a jab-centered strategy for 12 full rounds. He must be the matador, not the bull, using speed, precision, and intelligence to outmaneuver a bigger, stronger opponent. On the other side looms Canelo Alvarez, the powerful king of the sport, backed by size, strength, and experience. His path to victory is far more direct: cut off the ring, apply relentless pressure, and prove that no amount of technical brilliance can withstand his devastating power. As fighters and analysts continue to debate, Thurman's final words may be the most telling. When two elite fighters of this caliber collide, it all comes down to one simple truth: the one who truly wants it more will win. The lingering question remains: who wants it more? Does Crawford's burning pursuit of boxing immortality outweigh Canelo's iron will to defend his throne? Or will Crawford join the long list of skilled opponents who had the tools, but couldn't deliver when it mattered most?
It's what boxing's all about, man. The one who really wants it is the one who's going to win. I know Bud wants it. He's from my generation. He's a true American. I'm in his corner. I wish him the best of luck. But you know, I don't doubt Canelo. I don't doubt what Canelo's capable of.
That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, hit subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss what's coming next. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned and we'll catch you in the next one.